What is up, everybody? I'm Nolex, giving back with some more backpack battles. I had some fun playing it yesterday, so I figured I would play some more today, see what we can make happen, and I'm not sure how much we need to concentrate on stats in the early game. I really don't have that much as far as strategy goes. We are definitely still learning. I did not really learn anything in between the last video and this one, so we're still just going for it. But $1 for a pocket sand seems like it's probably pretty good because we can always just sell this for 1 gold later on. With 11 gold after that, does seem like we probably just want the shield, the tusk, and another sword. Yeah, let's start there. And, oops, that's interesting. Oh, so you can grab everything at the same time. I wonder if I was missing out on that a little bit yesterday. That's cool. That puts my stamina to medium. And if I sold something, like if I don't want the sand, I could actually take this piece of garlic here. So it can remove vampirism from your opponent. That's pretty funny. Every 4 seconds gain 3 armor, 30% to remove the vampirism. Seems not great. Every 4 seconds gain 3. So let's do some math here. We are currently every 4 seconds. What is 2.8 times 4? That would be, oh goodness gracious, yeah, you gotta do some funky math in there. So it's 28 times 4, which is like a little over 100, so it's about 10, and this is about 30% of the damage that you take. So the garlic might actually even be better than this shield. All right, let's get rid of the pocket sand then and throw in this garlic. Sure. At the very least, we've spent all of our gold, so that should make us strong for these early fights. And one thing that, because I'm not really super familiar with super auto pets, one thing that is kind of interesting to me is this kind of combat system in the game where a win on turn 1 is actually worth just as much as a win on turn 15. Might be a little bit less likely, but these early fights are still pretty important, I think. Rare gloves already is cool, and we can dual wield our swords, so that's kind of interesting, and I think I'd like to see what that setup could possibly look like here. So that's not using this. 1 damage for each food is pretty cool. Probably grab a lump of coal. Whetstone could also go on one of these swords. Could be throwing in everything. So items trigger 20% faster, but trigger is interesting. Maybe I was reading that wrong in the last video. Maybe, okay, combines with the horn, so that is at least interesting. But maybe trigger doesn't actually affect the swords. Maybe you need items that actually have a real trigger on them, as opposed to just being able to attack faster. Let's see. It's not showing me like an increased cooldown or a decreased cooldown, so I think these gloves don't do anything yet. So that part's a little bit awkward. Oh, but they do combine with the tusk. That's going to give me claws of attack. Oh, claws of attack. Okay, cool. And will the whetstone be enough to allow me to make the hero sword? Not quite. So I need another clover or another whetstone for the hero sword, but I think it's good to start building that. And then I do think I want to cut this. I want to cut something and put the shield in, I think. Though actually, wait, when we looked at it, you don't have to put these next to each other, do you? Oh, I think you do have to put them next to each other. Okay, that's good to know. And then this seems to be better. Gain 3 armor every 4 seconds, or each attack. But I said this is about 30%. I guess this is 35% to remove 40%. So it's really not that much. We'll run it though. It's bigger. Oh, you can lock it. Combining locked. Cool. All right. Well, let's combine these things. We're gonna go with this. I think that's cool. I'm learning at the very least. With the power of capitalism here, facing up against some witches on this run. How are we looking? Out of stamina, but we're winning on health, but low on stamina means we might not make it. I think we're going to. Oh, it's close. Oh, it is just barely a loss. That's unfortunate. So we ran out of stamina there. Hopefully these gloves can do something nice for us, and then stones can be thrown repeatedly. That's pretty funny. And then we also have these claws of attack now. So now my stamina usage is very high. So I'm going to cut back on some of this stuff here. We can grab a pan on the cheap. Can also grab a piggy bank. And I definitely want a leather bag. That will allow me to start doing some better stuff here. Stamina 2, 0.9 per second. Oh, 0.3 per second. This barely has any stamina associated. So it's really just the swords. The claws are not really doing anything for me. But it does look like I could potentially throw a pan in the mix here. If I just want to get a little bit more power on the board. Oh, that does give me high stamina suddenly. That's fine. And the pig will pay for itself. And potentially get me a lucky piggy as well. And then I can throw in the garlic too. Now I do want the garlic to be touching the pan. I don't think anything else matters here though. Yeah, okay, so garlic now touching the pan. Banana becomes kind of interesting if we want to be a little bit chefy. Oh, I could sell the wooden sword and that gives me enough to buy banana. Banana, interesting because it is so much coin. And I'm trying to figure out, I guess I could do this, right? Yeah, okay. So the pan and the banana might work out here. This would put me to medium. And then could I squeeze in a banana right there? Looks like it. Cool, cool. So now the banana and the onion might not be the tastiest dish, but I think they're souping each other up. And the pan is also getting some rewards from all of that. Medium stamina. This is looking like a good build here. I'm gold efficient as well. And I've started to make my backpack a little bit bigger. What is this? They got a healing herbs. I have to imagine, just with how much I've got in my bag right now and how efficient everything is fit in there, plus the claws, yeah, that's going to be an easy dub there. 2-1 to kick this game off. More bag space seems great, and additional econ could also be good, and then just throw a stone in there. Looks like I'm not going to be able to grab the regen herbs, but I do think I want the box of riches. And then the only question is, do I want a stone? Well, I guess that's the only thing for 1 gold. And there's no reason not to buy it because I could always sell it for 1 later. Sounds good. I was kind of interested in that throwing bag that we saw. Blood amulet, legendary item already. I don't think we're the same level, friend. This doesn't seem like that fair of a fight. They were out of stamina a few times now, so we might be able to beat them just by having better stamina. Oh, I think we're coming back. Wow. Okay. So I don't know what was happening there that we were able to win that. I mean, it was just that they didn't have good stamina management, and that was really all that it took. So I think I could make a lucky pig or probably a lucky sword with this clover. Have to figure out what is the best. Got a chipped ruby to amplify my healing. That kind of makes me interested in the health potion, but the health potion really did not work for me that well last time. Lifesteal on the claws or just passive healing amplified. Is this a bunch of damage? 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 2.8 every second. Yeah. I think that the chipped topaz on the claws makes a lot of sense. I don't know what the Lucky Pig does, but I saw a lot of people using it in the last video. So I think it makes sense for me to build myself my own little Lucky Pig here. And we've got the room for it with just a little bit of reconfiguring here. So that'll give me a Lucky Piggy, whatever the heck that does. And this doesn't really help me, so I think I'll put it here. Because if I just put the ruby onto my armor, my healing is amplified, but I don't actually have any healing. So I'm over that. I guess the banana does heal me. Okay, the banana heals me. I think I'd rather take the lifesteal on hit, though. I think that's better than amplifying my low amount of healing if I'm just guessing without doing any of the math here. Could pick up the health potion just to hang on to that. I think I like hanging on to my gold. It might be good with the piggy bank to have a bunch of gold as well. Oh, whetstone gives weapons 1 damage. So I probably want to be a little bit smarter about this placement here. How about that? Oh no, this is the whetstone. Oops. Wait, what's happening? What am I doing again? Putting this here. This here. Yeah, the onion's gonna have a bad time. Well, I could use this more creatively. There we go. And then the Lucky Pig. Wait, that did not accomplish what I meant to accomplish, which was this, but that does it. Okay, I think that's all of my synergies. It's leaving 8 gold unspent, but I don't think it's that useful to roll early on in the game. And I think I'd rather potentially roll next turn. Yeah. I think this is good. We've got everything really well sorted, but I'm up against a Gooby with double spears. That's a little bit spooky, and a Lucky Piggy. I feel like this isn't that strong on combat, so what's Gooby doing? When the items are activated, you heal. And then they had some spears, which I did not really keep too big of a track of, but I think we were set up pretty well there. We're 4-1. To kick this thing off with. Get to pick up some more backpack space. That's great. Is this dealing claws? Attacks 5% faster for every spike. I have not read my claws of attack yet. Empower. Weapons damage is increased 1 per stack. So grabbing some spikes seem good. This might pump up my stamina a little bit. Blueberries are interesting. They're going to give me luck. And they're going to turn mana into luck. Doesn't seem super useful. I picked up the customer card last game. It was fine. And then green stuff is poison or regen in the backpack. Okay. Oh, and Lucky Piggy, let's read this. We made a new item here. Shop entered, gain 1. Start of battle, gain 2 luck. Chance-based effects are more likely to trigger. So chance-based effects is the shield. So I want to put the pig by the shield potentially. Does this have any chance? It does not. This is a big item and an expensive item, but I do think I want it, and I definitely want some more leather bag space. The banana and garlic, I don't know. I think it actually is pretty good. But I don't think we could also afford to play the whip. I think it's just going to tell me that's way too much stamina here. So let's see how that looks. Very high. Yeah. So what if we cut the pot? Puts me back down to medium. I think there's some synergies here, and I think the fact that I've built something and there's some synergies, I think means this is the route that I should be going. I want the Lucky Piggy on the shield. I could get even more luck. So what does luck actually increases accuracy, just accuracy. It's not increasing other things, of course, though the Lucky Pig is. Start of battle, gain on hit 70% chance to deal +1 damage. That's not super useful. Oh, the Thorn Whip can hold multiple items. That's kind of neat. Cooldown 2.4. Yeah, this cooldown is really good. So I could see doing this, and I could see putting the lump of coal on the claws, but getting the Thorn Whip a little bit faster, I think, is going to be pretty good, because that's how I'll get those stacks started. I mean, I could still throw in the banana, throw in the garlic, regardless. Steal 4 life, that's kind of interesting. Oh, I actually like this in the backpack, and I'll do life steal. That's fine. I'm definitely going to buy this leather bag, right? And I kind of want the customer card. It's cool just to see new stuff, even if this isn't ultimately going to be a worthwhile purchase. I feel strong right now with this whip pickup, especially. I'll grab this too, and then, yeah, I'm going to grab the customer card. I think that that's fine, and we'll throw a stone in. Do not think that I want this sword. Yeah, it puts me to very high. So we're just going whetstone on a thorn whip plus a claws of attack. Seems like a good starter build to me. Oh, I should have bought this blueberry for 1 gold. I had the 1 gold left over, but not a huge deal. We've got a Gooby with a big hammer. I believe that means they're going to break open their piggy bank. Which is pretty funny. They stunned me, but they have run out of stamina, like, just barely. Just barely. But I guess that was enough. And now I'm 5-1, so this is better. I believe I was 5-2 in the last video. A sale on leather armor seems sweet. Consume this and regenerate 2 stamina and gain empowerment. Empowerment pretty good. More gloves could be interesting. Dagger is cool because there's no stamina. associated with it. It just costs slots in your inventory. Oops. What was the rare thing? Oh, the heroic potion is what the card got me. That kind of makes me want to look at that. And let's look at this one as well. 20% chance, so it is a chance item to attack health directly, gain a mana, and inflict a cold. All items trigger 2% slower per cold stack. Well, this is what I'm eyeing up the most here. Maybe that's wrong, but I do think that there are build recipes with this. So that kind of makes this an interesting purchase for that reason. Yeah, there's no way we're going to get that in here with all of this, too. I mean, the banana doesn't have to go right here, but it's just about room for the banana. We'd have to cut the box of riches or the garlic if we want to get this leather armor in. I could buy the leather armor and then just roll for more bag space. I'm kind of curious to see what this might combine with as well, if that's even true. Let's roll for more bag space. Going to get the stamina sack. Yeah, stamina sack, flawed sapphire, and then also the potion belt. Well, I wanted more backpack slots, and I got them. So let's start with this. And that'll allow me to play this card up here as well, the stone, and then I actually want this in the backpack. There's not room for it in the backpack, so I will throw it on a weapon. And then this I also kind of want in the backpack. Yeah, I guess if you have like a bunch of the same type of gemstone, then things start adding up. And I do believe gemstones combine to become bigger and better gemstones. So I think I'm just going to make this into poison resist, which could be good. I just don't have more backpack space, and I want to play all of this other stuff. Is there anything else with chance? Kind of this is chance. Wonder if there's a way to basically flip the order of the whole script here. I'm sure there is, to get the piggy bank. Oh, but it doesn't look like the piggy bank will touch the sapphire regardless. So, wish there was a way to undo everything I just did super quickly. Because even though this was fine. Oops, banana. Please, banana. Thank you. Alright, so this is fine. This is good enough. You know what? I could just buy a potion belt, too. I don't have any potions, nor do I really know if, like, I want or need this. And then I also kind of want to sell off both of these things and just buy another piggy bank for passive gold. That's probably never bad, right? Oh, do the piggy banks... Start of battle... Wait, okay, so piggy bank does something. Start of battle, gain 2 maximum health for each item around the piggy bank that has a start of battle. Okay, so what else has a start of battle? Certainly the leather armor does. Yep. Let's put this here for a moment. Start of battle, that is going to trigger, but that seems like a really tough puzzle because then the pig would have to get the whetstone. So that's not going to work. Okay, but I've got the leather armor and the piggy bank, and then that's working. So this seems good. This banana's a little bit tight. But we can move that in a variety of ways. All right, that seems like a good ordering here. Oh, I don't know why that button doesn't always work, but that you can definitely let me know in the comments. Got a little bow and arrow lady. I don't feel like I have to be too worried, but these potions could be a little bit troublesome. I'm definitely crushing it right now. I'm building the spikes as well, which just means I deal more and more over time. And does seem like this one was not particularly close. So that's 6-1, and I get a... Whoa, okay. I got a heart back. I did not notice that last game, if that happened. It maybe did, because I got to the point where you get a subclass, so that gave me an additional heart. So now I'm 6-0, effectively. That's pretty cool. And I now get to select a new tribe. So spikes. You have a 5% chance to resist debuffs for each nature item. When you gain a spike, inflict poison. Opponent reaches 19 poison, they take plus 20% damage. Sure. Lifebender, we tried that last time. And then Hunter. Weapons deal plus 30% crit. They remove 5 armor on crit. Item activates. 40% chance to gain a luck. Okay, so you've got star weapons or diamond items surrounding this. Definitely going to be Pathfinder, though. And how does Pathfinder affect things? Oh, for each star nature item. Is this nature? No. Is this nature? No. This has got to be nature. Okay. Banana is nature. Food is nature. Ooh. Okay. So I got that. I mean, more food is nature. Should have picked up those cheap blueberries earlier on. So that is unfortunate. Remove spikes. I don't want to do that. Why would I want to remove spikes? No, I'm not doing that. I don't understand. Why would you want to... so I guess it's like a trade-off. You remove their spikes, but then you also remove their regen. But I don't want to remove spikes. No. All right, I don't think I was impressed with that, and definitely was not impressed with that. But Blueberry giving me additional chance to reduce debuffs is honestly still not that exciting. I think I'm going to roll here. And I think I would like some more bag space as well. Here's some nature. Cleanse a random debuff if you have at least 5 luck. Which we don't. Yeah, we don't have luck. And then this thing's big. Star items give plus 30% shield. 30% block. That's a big old shield, though. It's really tough to fit in, though, eh? Huh. When your health drops low, you get to start to do something. I don't want to get to that point, though. When you have at least 45 armor. So it does consume on start. And I do have this potion shelf. I don't know, like I tried to make that work last time. It didn't really work that great. I need more space to play anything, so I almost just want to roll for more space. Ooh, okay, now we are double. Yeah, I'll let those combine. That's fine. We'll pick up the flawed topaz, and then I'll just put this in the backpack. It doesn't do anything on armor for me, at least not that I can tell. And then I do see that this garlic wants to get played by the poison ivy. Is that possible? If we do this, how close are we to the garlic? Still a little bit off. How about this? Is that just the garlic now? No, it's just the whip. This can all be moved, so I can get a little bit creative here to fit in banana. Okay, that's the whip, and the garlic, and the banana. And then I can play this. Cool. I love these little puzzles. This might be annoying for like the content creation side of things because it's not timed or anything, and people might just spend like forever optimizing their puzzles. So I'm trying to find a balance between like doing that, which will probably get easier over time as your brain just gets like used to seeing bananas. You kind of get a little bit of Tetris vision in there. I'm going to roll again. I've still got a ton of gold to spend. Wolpertinger. It is nature and it is godly. Increase base stamina regen by 0.7% for each buff you have. Gain 3 of the buff you... So you want... Okay, so this is kind of a build around thing. You want a bunch of different things playing with this. I almost feel like we could afford to put in a whip. And if you attack faster, you don't get the stamina back faster. I don't think. But it's interesting that this says 1 stamina per second. But like so does this one. So maybe I'm not fully thinking about that correctly. This is such a big thing. Blood amulet. Gain vampirism. It's efficient. It only costs 1 space. That's pretty cool. Oh, and you can put it on the... That's going to combine. That's pretty promising. Yeah, I'll grab vampiric armor. Why not? And I don't need the stone. That's not super important. Only question is, do I want another potion belt? And I think I can do better than that. Potion belts may be a little bit overcosted. 5 for 4 if you're not using potion synergies. So let's roll with this. Oh, I maybe could have put the sapphire on something to grab the stone in here, but I think that this is fine. Kelkenlex has got some holy armor, and they've got a Wolpertinger, and they've got a pretty good spread of buffs. So their Wolpertinger probably doing some nice work for them, and we just barely grab a victory there. That was a super close one, but they were definitely a nice little Wolpertinger build, but it did not work out for them. Now I've got vampiric armor, start of battle, and the main upside of this is now it takes up like only the 1 space. I'm going to check out my recipes here. I'm not blocking anything. I've gotten 3 new things this game, so that's where we're building in that capacity. Perfect Sapphire is cool, but I'm like very much not sapphiric. Every 5 seconds, randomly gain 14 armor, or 2 stamina, or 2 luck. Triggers faster for each star item. Huh. Now see, this is 5 gold for just 3 slots. But you gain a max stamina. Okay, okay. So this actually is doing something pretty nice for me. Consume this to inflict 3 poison and 1 to yourself. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Flute is interesting, and it's on sale. So we do seriously have to think about the flute. We also kind of have to think about the perfect sapphire, just because it's perfect. And then we also picked up a purple one, which is amethyst. Amethyst, no N. 20% chance to remove a buff from your opponent. Opponent's healing is reduced or cleanse a debuff every 8 seconds. Remove a buff or cleanse a debuff. I think cleansing a debuff is reasonable. On hit, inflict poison. I like it in backpack. Oh, I like resisting poison as well. I think that that's fine. So the question now is, do I want to put this flute in the stamina sack? Probably, right? This is very flexible in terms of where it can go. And so is this. So we could take all of this and like move this up here. And then we'd be able to have a lot of positioning options for our flute. So I want to get as many different possible things in this flute. That's 5. Plus I could put some stuff up here. Okay, so this flute, I almost feel like I should cut and then come back when I figured out how to put a bunch more stuff in this flute. It's going to take a second. All right, so let's do that actually. Let's cut, because I think that this is just too boring, and I will be able to think more clearly if I am not concentrating on commentary while also trying to puzzle this out. I'm just going to say a little bit about my thought process here. I feel like putting the armor and the buckler on their own separate like pads like I have will probably make this experience the easiest. This gets me almost everything that I want, except my poison ivy is not touching my garlic. So I could have a little bit less on my flute. Oh wait, no, this space wasn't a flute space anyways. Okay, so this is almost perfect flute. I'm down 1 flute space. But that seems really tough to incorporate. Wait, I think I can do it. But now this isn't on the whetstone. All right. I think I'm going to say that this is good enough for now. I'm sure there's a way to get an additional thing on here, but this seems fine to me. Even have a little bit of stamina to play with right now too, but this is going to be good. Alrighty. Alright, I do get a little bit of additional starting health. They got a little bit more starting health, but I've got the armor, and then eventually that poison is going to kick in. I do have to give them a lot of spikes. To give them... How many spikes? Wait, no, I'm giving them poison. That's what I'm doing. I'm just giving them poison over time every time I give them a spike. So, yeah, that actually worked out. I am now 8-5 and potentially looks like on our way to our first win. Weapon sockets. Opponent. When your opponent gets low, you start hitting them for more. Starting to hit them with fatigue damage earlier on in the fight does seem good. I really don't care about the chipped sapphire. Yeah, it really just doesn't help me on armor or on weapons. And it's just fine in the backpack. This is a cheap Gooby. When items activate, you heal. Interesting. Okay, so that's what Gooby does. I think I want to, like, roll. I definitely need more backpack space in order to make other stuff happen. If I had a little bit more backpack up here, I could flip the gloves and then get full flute. So I'm kind of into that. 2 items inside trigger 10% faster. Well, that kind of makes me want to throw the flute in there too, huh? I mean, I'm just assuming the flute is, like, worth all the effort that I'm putting into it. Could not be. Another start of battle thing for the piggy bank is kind of cute. Oh, this only costs 1, so I'm definitely grabbing that. And even just this alone allows me to do this. So it's pretty worthwhile. And then I could throw in the flawed sapphire, because why not? Pineapple, oh, every 4 seconds I gain the spikes. I'm not interested in gaining spikes myself. I don't hate the fanny pack with the flute, though. Even though it actually seems like it might be weirdly difficult to incorporate. No, it wouldn't be. Wait, it would be. Yeah, I'd have to move everything around in order to get the fanny pack in. I think it's definitely possible. Just seems tricky. Just seems annoyingly tricky. How would I do that? Because I can't move the fanny pack or the stamina sack. I can't move that down any further. Maybe there's some ways to maneuver it with this stuff. If the flute is good, and making the flute trigger faster is good, then I do want the fanny pack on the flute as well. Let's do that. Let's throw in a reroll. Start of battle, reduce early damage taken, not super important. Lifesteal healing, not really. I'm not really a lifesteal healing build. I'm kind of just getting thorny with it. And armor more than anything else. So I think the biggest thing with the hammer is it cracks open the piggy banks, right? I'm not interested at this stage of the game in cracking open the piggy banks. I'll roll one more time, look for some more bag space. Fanfare, godly accessory. Every 5 seconds, randomly gain empower or mana and remove mana from your opponent, or remove 1 stamina for your opponent. Triggers faster for each thing. So you got a whole new sub-game to play. It's godly. It's gotta be worth it. Protective Purse also godly? Interesting. This could actually allow me to make the fanny pack work. Now I could just like maybe go like this. If this just works. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wait, no, this doesn't just work. Wow, that's almost insane. Well, now I need to make this work, huh? This is still pretty dang good. How's this looking? I'm going to, because I just did so much ordering around, I'm just going to put both of my instruments down here. I would like it if the fanny pack could hit on both the flute and the fanfare, though. So maybe it is worth going back in the tank for another second to really just puzzle this out. I think it is. I think it's going to be worth it. So again, I'm going to cut. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. We're figuring it out here with Backpack Battles, but I'm going to take a second and try to figure this out. This is going to be good enough for me, actually. So I've got almost full flute, almost full fanfare, but they're both in a fanny pack, and that's just good enough. Let's see if it is good enough to get a win here. Got a bunch of poison stacked up, and then it looks like I ate my first. Actually, I think that they, oh, I lost it. Dang. Okay. I've still got a bunch of rounds to lose, though, and I'm looking at the runtime of this video already, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let's get through it. Looks like a huge Buster Sword here, and then also a impractically large Greatsword, but actually not that much stamina. While you have, right, it's only 1 stamina per second. 9 damage per second? That's crazy. I still like this synergy. I mean, I do have to start buying crazy stuff at some point, though, right? So how do I get empowered? Yeah, this just randomly gives me empowerment. I think that's too much of a puzzle for me to really want to mess with. Yeah, I can soup up my emerald a little bit. And I'm going to roll because I've still got a bunch of cash left this turn. This costs 1. Okay, another stamina sack is good. This gives me whatever I have the least of. Yeah, I don't like this one, though. Down to 14. Little bit of topaz. I think this is good for 2 gold. And do I want another fanny pack? Seems fine. We are going to get diminishing returns. We're going to run out of bag space here at some point. But I think for now it's fine. And, oh, you know what? This could actually be helpful up here, because it allows me to move banana. So this is fanfare missing 1 full flute. This is fanfare missing 2 full flute. So let's get a little bit more on my fanfare. Pop this here. So now fanfare's missing. Oh, fanfare's missing 2. Full flute. But here, fanfare's still missing 2. So this seems good enough. Let's do it. Oh, how is the poison ivy looking? It is hitting everything that I want it to. It's hitting all 4 things. So that looks good. Yeah, I don't have anything else nature. Cool. Oh, they got a lot of extra space over there. I don't know about all that space. They've got a shovel. I don't know. I guess they've got the potion set up. Oh, it's this. Nocturnal, Lock, Lifer, and the Bloody Dagger. Not going to look too much into everything that's going on here. And then I guess they got Double Mushroom, but that's a starting item. So yeah, they did not look that strong. And they weren't. But it's tough to like just gauge that. So in the next 4 fights, I have to win 1 and I will get my first undefeated game. That seems pretty possible. I think we're going to do it here. I definitely want this to happen. And now what does the Topaz do on weapon hit? Removes a buff. I don't mind it in the backpack. Let's throw that there. I do have room for boots up in the top corner. And I think I can do better than boots. I also have room for a little bit of stuff here. A real cheap, impractically large greatsword seems pretty cool. I'm not really generating mana. Lifesteal, a bigger lifesteal ruby on the claws could be good, because those are my main damage source. Yeah, let's buy a bigger ruby. So 2 flawed rubies, and we'll get to make that into potentially a perfect ruby. Opponent below health. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. I do think I would like the cap just because there's no reason not to. Reduce damage taken. Oh, it's really not that good, but it's cheap. It's cheap enough that I will buy it here. And then do I want to do one more roll? Sure. Carrot for empowerment. What does the acorn collar do? It is nature. Items gain critical hit chance for each luck. I do have a little bit of luck. I don't know. It doesn't seem super important. The fanfare also doesn't seem super important. I think the flute is potentially even better. I'm just going to do this. I've got 12 gold. Is it worth not spending 12 gold? Let's roll one more time, potentially get some more bag space with all of this. Bag of Stones is kind of funny because I'm still rocking a stone pretty late into it, but I don't think it's worth it with this current stone. Could be worth it with other stones down the line. And the potion belt is a pretty reasonable return on investment, and then I might as well make a regular sapphire here, no? And I think I'm just going to grab this for future use. Somewhat interested in the fanny pack too, because then I could maybe get like a slightly bigger item, put like the fanny pack here, and I've got like the means to throw like a sword or something in here. Still medium stamina use though, and that has been, I think, pretty good for me. So I don't want to mess around with it too much. Does anything else have a cooldown? I don't even think anything else has a cooldown. Oh, this does, right? Banana. Oh, banana's in the fanny pack, though. All right, does anything else have a cooldown? Oh, I guess, I guess gems have a cooldown. Cool. Down. That's fine. I don't know which one's better, but I'm going to go for that. Okay, this person is drinking a lot of heroic potions, so they are gaining a bunch of this empowerment. And what are they using the empowerment on? Not sure. They had a variety of different things for their bunny as well. So yeah, they got me. Present. Instead of gold, you receive items with a higher value. Instead of gold. But start of battle, gain 5 random buffs. That is cool. Now, can you only have one unique item? That is my fear. Oh, I might have fricked up the flute last turn, but my fear is I'm going to take this and then I'm not going to be able to play Poison Ivy, which would not be worth it. Let's find out. Okay, looks like it works. Cool. I don't know what it does, but start of battle gain 5 random buffs. I would be somewhat interested in putting it next to the pig to make better use of start of battle mechanics, but they're also clunky. Let's just roll with this. I maybe should have bought the dagger. I could have fit it in here too. That might wind up being a mistake to not just have like a little bit extra power. But let's see. I've got them on some poison. The poison started. They're going to try to heal off the poison, but we're going to stack them up. We're actually not hitting them for that many spikes. So I guess they're protected from spikes in some capacity, and they are giving me the business with spikes. But I've got so much poison on them that I don't think they're going to be able to heal it all off in time, and we get the win. And that is... Oh, okay. Okay. So we've got a decision to make. And this is pretty clear for me for just a content perspective. We're taking the win. We got our first win. Almost talked over that. Didn't get to see what the present actually has. But there's 2 options. You can take the win, or you can start survival mode. Oh, which means I only have to survive 5. I only have to survive 5 more rounds. And I will get an additional heart, which means I only need to win twice. I think that's... Can I pause this? Can that be the next video? I think I can pause this. I'm going to look up to see if I can pause. But either way, that is going to be it for this video, because this has been long enough. But this has been really fun. At the very least, I got my first 10 trophy win. I might try to go for my first survival mode victory here as well. I'm going to record myself clicking this just in case something happens. Also, I realized that I was in front of this little heart icon here. But I'm going to click start survival mode, just see what happens out of this. Oh, and all of this came from the present. Yeah. Interesting. I don't think that that's good. Is another emerald interesting? Not really. Oh, I could make another flute. Okay, that's kind of fun. So I think... wait, the present actually is okay because I can sell through all of this stuff that I just picked up. So instead of gaining 15 gold, I actually got more gold worth of stuff. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not actually getting into playing it all right here. This has been a long session regardless. Hopefully this doesn't like mess anything up, but I'm gonna quit out of the game and then I'm gonna load it up again next time I want to play. Hopefully it saves my progress and I don't have to stay here. But I don't see... Oh, I do see a return to title. And then from here can probably resume. Ah, cool, cool, cool. All right. Very nice. I'll see you next time. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.